I prefer there to be no scandal. From men I don't approve of?
But you don't approve of anyone. Mr. Fortune is my employer.
He's a friend. You're making a terrible mistake.
Ways to even hit the counter most often. Today, we'll be looking at how to properly play Garou. I'll begin with how to use each of his abilities to the fullest extent, and then afterwards I'll show you some extremely good combos as well. But before we get into that, if you had missed any of my other guides, they'll be right there on my channel as well. Starting off, the first ability he has is Flowing Water. It's block bypass, so if anyone's standing over you and holding block, well, free combo starter. Another thing is that it can be used to combo extend off of Lethal Whirlwind, and after you do Flowing Water, you can do 3 M1s, a side dash, and a downward kick, or optionally you can just do Hunter's Grasp. And the best thing to do for damage wise for Flowing Water is 3 M1s and uppercut into Flowing Water if they don't have the ragdoll cancel. Optionally though, you can do 4 M1s and hook around for Flowing Water. Once again, it's really not that recommended to do. However, if they're laggy enough, it'll waste the ragdoll cancel in rare cases. Another cool thing is that there are 2 garous fighting some other player. The first one can use Flowing Water and the other catches the person with the Lethal Whirlwind, then into Flowing Water and the other person catches them again with the Lethal Whirlwind. It's quite fun. Also, it's possible to hit someone right after they get up despite them trying to dodge. The next ability being Lethal Whirlwind Stream. Starting off, you can combo extend off of Flowing Water by side dashing and then using the ability right as the final hit of the Flowing Water is done. However, using the Lethal Whirlwind extend is not typically advised to try, as for there's a lot you can mess up during it, and the end result typically isn't as beneficial as some of the other ones. However, you can use it mainly as a combo starter after wasting the ragdoll cancel, and in order to do this, you just do 3 M1s and an uppercut into Lethal Whirlwind, much like Flowing Water. The third ability being Hunter's Grasp. This ability is also a block break, much like Flowing Water. Also, you can combo extend off of this in one of 2 ways. However, it's heavily advised to downward kick them first before even attempting one of these 2 combo extends. The first one being a front dash into the target as they're rolling, and the second one is done by holding M1 while Hunter's Grasp is being done, and then spinning around the person using side dash, and if done correctly, they won't be able to move. The Hunter's Grasp also one-shots them at or below 15% HP. However, if they're above 15% HP, it'll only do 9 to 10% damage. Also, you can throw people into other people for fun. You can also use the Hunter's Grasp right after Flowing Water or Lethal Whirlwind. However, this is heavily dependent on ping. Now onto his fourth ability, Praise Pearl. This ability is a counter, meaning that the enemy has to hit it while it's active in order for it to actually do the damage, because if not, then you're susceptible to being caught into a combo of their own. So starting off with ways to even hit the counter most often. The first way is predicting when they're going to side dash M1 you, front dash you, or even simply M1 you. However, as with all cases, it's still possible that they try to bait out your Praise Pearl. So another option is if they're hitting your block. You can quickly use Praise Pearl so they instead hit that instead of you. And another option is that when you're standing over them after you down slam them, you can try to fake them out by doing 1 to 2 M1s and then doing Praise Pearl. As for this will catch most people off. Now onto some things he can and cannot counter, and then abilities you should be trying to counter. He cannot counter Sonic's Explosive Shuriken, Genesis Blitz Shot, a thrown person from Garou's Hunter's Grasp, the AoE from Garou's Lethal Whirlwind, and most alt abilities, with the exception of Thunder Kick, Water Stream, Rock Smashing, Hunter's Cruelty, and Crushed Rock. Now, the abilities you should be trying to counter, there's no order of importance, it's just that most of these are stupidly easy to hit, while some are a bit harder than others. First off, from Saitama, his normal punch and normal uppercut, Genesis Jet Dive and Ignition Burst, and if you're facing Garou and you have a friend that's caught in Praise Pearl, you can run up and do Praise Pearl as well. For Sonic, his Flash Strike, Scatter, and Whirlwind Kick, however, you can just M1 for that one, or you can optionally hit it during the initial stun, but that requires you to have amazing reaction speed. And also, some harder ones that you can counter are Saitama's consecutive normal punches and Genesis Machine Gun Blows, if you were to wait for the final 2 hits from it. Also, you can intentionally miss the end bit of Praise Pearl by looking the opposite direction for a free combo if you have Hunter's Grasp. If not, it's just better to knock them away. Also, Praise Pearl does activate Saitama's death counter, so be careful of that. For his passive ability, he gains HP off of kills. Now onto his ult. It's best to use as ult if you down slam someone so you can catch them into it, or if you just simply need it for the HP gain. Also, the center of it does 30% while the outer does 15%. This is a gradual decrease as well. Starting with his first ult ability, Water Stream Rock Smashing. The end of it is a block break, however, if the person is skilled enough, there's ways to counter it. Also, the damage stays the same for it no matter if you hit them while they're standing or if they're knocked on the ground. His second ability being the Final Hunt, his most damaging ability at 68% damage. It's also a block break. This cannot be countered even with Saitama's death counter, and if you miss hitting them, the outer ring still does 20% damage. Now onto his third ability, Hunter's Cruelty. This is basically a better Hunter's Grasp, which also keeps them right in front of you, typically used before the Final Hunt. For his fourth ability being Crushed Rock, possibly the most useful alt ability he has besides the Final Hunt, Crushed Rock allows for catching running enemies. It also gives immunity frames, allowing you to counter even through most abilities. And it is a block break, and if used on a person who just ragdoll cancelled, you can catch them again, basically allowing for them to never escape. Now onto some combos for Garou, beginning with my favorite combo and basically the only one I'll be teaching just due to the fact that this is the most useful one that I've found. Starts off with 3 M1s and a downward kick into Hunter's Grasp, 3 M1s, uppercut, lethal whirlwind, flowing water, side dash, downward kick, front dash, 3 M1s, downward kick, Hunter's Grasp attack, and that should finish them off. For some combos with his ult, you can do Crushed Rock into Hunter's Cruelty and then Final Hunt for a full one-shot combo. However, if you cannot do Final Hunt because it's on cooldown, you can do Crushed Rock into Hunter's Cruelty into Water Stream, then 3 M1s into a downward kick, then you can do Crushed Rock, Hunter's Cruelty. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe even, and hopefully you can become that annoying Garou player.
How'd I do?
Great if you're not looking at the clock.
I had to be faster than that, right?
100% NOS, zero sugar coat. New NOS, zero sugar. Get after it.
Is it the caramel? The cinnamon? Or the pumpkin spice that'll make you live, laugh, launch yourself into a pile of cardigans? Maybe you find out. The pumpkin spice signature latte.
I now have 17,000 total kills, and I will be giving you 10 tips I wish I knew when I first started playing this game. Make sure to like and subscribe for more banger content like this one. Let's go. Let's start with the best tip that made me improve so fast in a short amount of time, and that is